So my first question for you guys to kick this off. First and foremost, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm really excited to get to talk about uh, the project and everything. My first question was going to be, um, don't you think robot violence is just the worst? Like, why pick the robot mafia? I'm kidding. No. Uh, I'd love to quickly hear a little bit about what you guys do for the project, specifically, like each one of you guys, and kind of just give us a quick overview of what you guys are hoping to accomplish here.
Cool. So I'm looking after kind of like business operations and leading the strategy, vision, and looking at those areas. Designical, who's our world-class artist, he's making the art. Manfredo, like project management. Kenzo, looking after the community. Gentle Monkey, who's our dev, senior dev. Then we've got like Alex, who's our like UI UX designer. We've got Groovy, who's partner relations. We've got Akarun, who's like technical dude, like Discord and other like technical admin stuff. And I think that might be pretty much it. But we have we have Haith as well, who's helping with marketing. So yeah, we've got a pretty stacked team. Everyone's got like their specific responsibilities, but then we also obviously help each other out and work on areas together as well. So yeah, that's like the majority of our team. Then we've obviously got like mods who look after like different areas, so modding, alpha, getting those whitelist opportunities, reaching out to other groups so that we can like form more collaborations. So yeah, we've got like a really good stack. Well, yeah, a really nice stack team, and each with like a very strong skill set. Combined, we're really strong together, and we're quite diversified as well. So like, you know, I believe we've got every area covered. And yeah, with the vision, ultimately, like what we believe is the cornerstone of our project will be like that we've got amazing art and great lore, but then also we want to build this whole kind of, we really want to explore that and just really build a strong creative collective that you could say in Solana, backed up by the best art in Solana. We're collaborating with more and more projects to try and bring them into our space. We're trying to onboard more like people who appreciate art, because for example like Designical, who's got hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So what we essentially want to do is want to try and onboard a lot more people into the NFT space, and yeah, like basically just really build up this whole kind of like Roboverse, but then build on that whole idea of like that we are producing some of the best artwork in Solana, and we really want to lead, we'll continue to lead in that area, whilst developing the team even more, expanding, bringing more people in, and just being this hub of like creative talent really, and where we bring in artists, musicians, like all sorts in. So yeah, that's the story, and then ultimately like it'll all be based around Robot Mafia Club. So like having amazing art and then the lore, which people really appreciate and feel like they can relate to. The whole kind of like mafia vibes, being part of the community, being strong, tight-knit kind of family. And then obviously the fact that everyone's proud to hold the NFT in their wallet because the art's amazing. Like that's ultimately like that's what we really want to be about.
Hell yeah.
Love to hear that. That's awesome. And one thing that I think is interesting, and I kind of want to get some insight. What made you guys choose Solana over possibly Ethereum or an L2? Was that something that was kind of crucial for you guys to get started?
So we've been in the Solana space for quite a while. There's a few reasons why we chose it in the beginning. Well, one is like low barrier to entry for people to kind of join into the NFT space and get involved in it, which I think is a crucial point for us. We want it to be open and universal to all. So the fact that we can bring so many people in is ideal for us. But then also it's growing as an ecosystem. And then, even like, for example, the leading marketplace recently, Magic Eden, overtook like the volume from OpenSea. So we understand that it's a growing ecosystem. It's growing faster than pretty much other blockchains, especially in the NFT space. And it basically offers an entry point to as many people as possible. So yeah, that's the main reason. And also, like ultimately, we all kind of found each other in here as well, just by because we didn't always have a project, right? So Designical started the project actually. Designical and Manfredo founded it in about October. So we've been working on it for a while, and then myself and some of the rest of the team joined in about, I think it was February, and partnered with them to strengthen that team and to build out this kind of robo-verse. So essentially, we were already kind of like in the space through trading, through getting involved ourselves, and then we decided, look, it's growing, it's strong, and it's like open to all. So yeah, that's pretty much the main reason.
No, that's great, and I guess this is gonna sound dumb, but I never really thought of that kind of aspect of it is using some of um, uh, these other L1s to onboard new people to NFTs, because I'm so ingrained in ETH, and sometimes it's hard to lose sight that, hey, it's like I was doing it the other day. I was trying to convince an old fraternity brother of mine to get some NFTs, and I had to explain to him how to run MetaMask and connect all that kind of stuff, and it gets really really difficult at a certain period of time. So I guess I've never really thought of it that way.
And then when you tell them that in order to buy something that you might have to pay your fees, like telling them that to go in the shop, you want to buy your product, but in order to enter the shop, you have to pay a certain fee. Obviously, people who are already in the ETH space, they might understand the value for money that you get from it. And obviously, like the great work that's already happened. But like to a lot of people, it just would piss them off, basically. They'd be like, why do I have to pay just for a transaction? Whereas in other places, it's kind of like near enough free. So ideally, like that's the main reason. It's just like ease of bringing them into the space, and that's one of our like visions as well. Like we want to onboard as many people as possible. How do we tap into those hundreds of thousands of people that really appreciate art but don't really know about the NFT space? Like how do we get them involved? And this is one way. Like this is one of the key pillars, like of ease to come into it.
No, for sure, and I think one of the things that you mentioned, when you kind of gave us a quick overview, was the artwork, and you guys talked about how much the artwork really matters to this project. Could you kind of give us a general overview on kind of what inspired the artwork and kind of the story behind it? I know we have the artist here, right?
Yes.
Can you give us a quick rundown of kind of what gave you the inspiration here for the design?
Yeah, perfect. Well, first of all, thank you. For me, I've always been into like this cyberpunk technique, a little dystopian universe vibe. I thought that was very cool, and also I was as Hall mentioned, we were all into NFTs before, so I was trading NFTs and I was looking at other collections, and I was seeing all these animals, and well, animals, they're cool, but I wasn't really seeing that many like robots, and I thought first of all, a robot, found it a little bit easier to kind of, what can you say, relate to compared to like an animal. And then I started sketching some robots, and I really enjoyed making the whole generative side of the artwork as well. And then I just kept on drawing the robots and explored different designs, and I thought robot was a perfect idea to go with. So that's kind of that was kind of the reason why I chose robots. Just I find them kind of relatable in some sort. You can really, or humanize them, you know.
Yeah, because you hear robot and you say that you're trying to relate to a robot. That's like the opposite of what people do, right? But when you add the word mafia in front of robot, that's kind of like or behind robot, that's like, okay, there's some humanization going on there for sure. I like that.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
the website art vibes kind of give me like. I don't know if anyone out there ever watched the show Samurai Jack, but it really kind of felt like very Samurai Jack-esque, where he's back in the future, so to speak. So I liked that aspect of it. Well, great. Thank you for that quick rundown. My question now is going to be kind of, so where are we at with this project? So I noticed that we have 777 of these already distributed to people. Like, what's the plan next for the full 10,000?
So initially, the collections were made to develop a strong core and get into the space. Essentially, that's how Designer for Mafia started, with the whole story and the smaller collection. So we've got that strong core in Robot Mafia at the moment. And with the 10K collection, what we really wanted to do was really push the boundaries out and like produce even more amazing art, but then grow the family and just bring as many people into the community as possible. So that's like ultimately like what we want to become now is being this kind of creative collective, and we're doing it through a few different ways. One is we're onboarding more people into the space through the connections that reach that Designer Club already has. The second is there's quite a lot of art-focused projects in Solana that are really quite strong. We've got amazing artists, but they've been overlooked by some of the kind of like hype collections, or they've just not like had that marketing presence or that, you know, a wider audience. So now, because we've been able to develop that, and we're trying to not only raise the awareness in the whole Solana, but in Ethereum as well, we would like to bring these other communities in with these other amazing artists and just have this like an amazing hub of creative people. The vision is that we've got a strong team now, and we want to expand that whole area. And then obviously, one of the things that will be part of our kind of roadmap is to create like a headquarters where Designer is based, build like a design team around him, have a gallery there with a merch store, but then also like do different events around the world where different team members are based. So like someone's in Texas and the UK. Essentially like raise awareness and trying to bring more people from like, you know, the normal world or whatever into the NFT space. We're in a unique position to be able to do that because essentially that's where we kind of started, and we are going to leverage on the contacts that Designer has got and a lot of the artists that he's connected with. Essentially bring them into here and then hopefully help them whether they want to launch their own collections, and we might take like, you know, a fee for supporting them with that, with the marketing, branding, building community stuff, or just offer more things for our own community through the use of our utility token, which people can gain by having their NFT staked, and they can spend it on various different items, which we're going to create by building out the kind of like Roboverse. So like there's a lot going on, and yeah, that's the main thing. Like we've proven in the community as well already that we're in it for the long term. Like we grinded for the last 6 to 8 months, whereas a lot of projects died. We've been a unique project because we've been established for a while, but we've still managed to build up like hype, momentum, revive a project again. And unfortunately, there's a lot of projects that haven't been able to do that. So we're going to use our skills that we gain to develop others, essentially. But yeah, like overall, we're in it for the long term. We want to build this family, and we really want to expand kind of like the whole Roboverse idea.
That's awesome. No, I love to hear, you know, we're in it to win it. We've been here for a long time, kind of stuff. And it's great because I think that there's a lot of fears, first and foremost, and this is I don't want it to sound like I'm being critical or being like fuddish. Solana is very new to me, and I know this summer is Solana summer, they say. So I'm very bullish on that. I even have my Solana account set up officially, but I feel like a lot of some of the early and a lot of skepticism. There was a lot of like some fears and stuff. From others that, you know, the team is pretty dedicated to making sure everything is, you know, legit. So I appreciate that. My next question was going to be like, so other than the art and other than the community, you mentioned some utilities on holding this. What would be some of the utilities for your next project?
Yeah, cool. So some of it we've not released yet, which we will be releasing more, and it's going to be coming out as part of kind of like our plan, our vision for the future. But one of the elements is to build out the Roboverse, having like related items such as hideouts, weapons, cars, stuff that's going to expand the kind of like Roboverse idea. But then also like we want to do more and more things in the IRL space. So like we want to have a gallery first of all, merch. We want to build like, I don't know, well, we need to talk about this exactly because we need a plan in place before we really sell it. But we're looking into the area of essentially how we connect like the world to the NFT space, and we would like to be essentially like a group that's able to do it. I would say like there's not that many people that can do it because they struggle on a particular area. But I think we've got already an audience that's captured, and we just need to figure out how to bring them in. But then also, we've got like I said, like a wide skill set. So in terms of like the dev side of stuff, it's all in house. Like we build everything ourselves. So we're gonna have like our auction system, raffle, mutation system, which is something which is going to be released later. But essentially, we build everything ourselves. We don't need to go out and hire anyone. Obviously, the artist is an owner. He's not just hired. He's not like this is his project with partners. So again, all of his art is in house, and we're going to expand the design team. And then also, like I said, like in terms of utilities, we need to really discuss this as well. And we can't really say much about it, but if we are bringing more collections in and we're raising their profile and helping them launch their own, then potentially it could mean that there might be some kind of benefits to our holders as well. Now, we need to figure out exactly what that is, but there will be some benefits that we've talked about that would work in favour for everyone. So there's those utilities as well. So yeah, hopefully there is quite a lot of stuff that we are going to be doing. And because we do everything ourselves essentially, but then we build partnerships with others, like we always believe, like, you know, work to your strength. So we've got a lot of strength in our team, but then also we want to like work with others to again like to build out everything that we plan for. And also, like I know, for example, from the ETH space, like there are like particular points that people mention about Solana. Like they say, oh, some of the artwork's not very good compared to ETH. So what we said is like, look at our artwork. Like it is some of the best. Like we believe it is the best. Like at least top tier in Solana, and also like comparable to like projects in ETH. And then also, it's very unique and innovative. Not many people are out there who are doing the same thing. And it's very difficult to make a derivative of it, right? Like it's like you see it, you know instantly who it is, right? So there's got that strong brand message. But then also we've got a very strong team, like skilled in every area. So the other thing that people might say is, oh, Solana is full of rogues. You know, people come, they take the money and they get off. Like we're a proven team, we're skilled. We've been in it for a long time, and we're going to be in it for even a longer term because we believe we're early and we've got the vision of being here for the long term and really developing ourselves in the space. So, like by backing us, you're backing like amazing artwork, you're backing a very strong team, and I think that's key for people to feel safe to start investing in Solana. So essentially, like we offer that, and I don't believe there is that many projects that would be able to say the same thing.
I think we lost you there, bud. You still there with us?
Oh, sorry.
Hey, can you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're.
Also,
Can you guys hear me?
where was I up to?
Hey, what's up?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yo, Kenzo, what's up?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah, so I think what Hal was trying to say was that like our art is so unique that there's not a lot of derivatives out there. And so I think that because right now, if you can see like an OK Bear, it looks kind of similar to like other NFT projects that you see out there. But then when you see like a unique collection like we're going to produce, it's something that someone can really connect to immediately and they already know. So that brand image is already going to be there. So I think that's going to be really important for this time when we bring in collections like the ETH collections or the ETH maxis, you know, who are collecting art that's just like kind of one of one. And I think that's going to be really important for right now because that's what we're trying to produce for the whole Solana ecosystem.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I agree with again the your all's response to that. Again, the art's better on ETH, not on Solana. That thing's like that conversation, that argument's very like super subjective to the fact that like art is in the eye of the beholder, and you're right. I mean, I think your all's art is very unique. It's very different. You know, there are so many. Again, someone mentioned, or our artist earlier mentioned, a lot of animal pictures. Right? There's a lot of them that look very, very vaguely similar to where like, hey, to get a bare bones start on these traits, all I have to do is look at what, you know, Bored Ape Yacht Club did or OK Bears did. So definitely love that aspect of it. So I wanted to kind of run back a little bit because we mentioned that you guys have been grinding in the space and grinding the project for like 6 to 8 months, I believe. Can you so during that grinding experience, you guys have obviously been cultivating a community and community building. How difficult is it to build up that community as you go, saying, like, hey, we don't have a final product yet. Maybe this was like, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, but we want to start building a community now. How important is that, and how hard is that to do without like a finished thing to say, this is what ultimately we'll be doing?
I think one of the things that we've been able to maintain throughout those months is having that connection with our community, like knowing that we're always there, we're building and doing different things. And the great thing is like the majority of them stayed, and they really valued and appreciated all the hard work that was going on. But now it's come to a time where we've said, well, it's actually been planned for the last 3 months, because this artwork has actually taken like a significant amount of time to make. Every attribute is being mastered, taking hours per day. And then in the meantime, our objective for the rest of the team has been really building up the community. And not many projects have been able to do that, because there's a lot of projects in Solana where a lot of those OG projects, unfortunately, have either died or they've struggled to maintain that community, whereas we've been able to actually increase it, right? So we've done something special, we've done something unique, and it's part of like sharing that message and showing that the team is like dedicated and we're going to build. Now the rest of the team actually, so myself, Jensen Monkey, Kenzo, a lot of the team was actually added on in around about February time, and that's probably where the revival kind of started, in terms of like, let's plan and track ahead, because before that, Designer Com and Fredo were working hard, and they had a couple of other team members, but then some of those team members left, and then we joined and really strengthened it. So I suppose it was a case of, once the new team formed, Designer Com and Fredo felt really relieved, really happy, because they could concentrate on the area that they were strong on. And then now they knew that the development side of everything was covered. The community management, we brought in that. Organizational like structure was developed, and we brought in people to cover every area. So I think overall, you need a strong team. You need to have a clear vision. You need to share the passion that you got, like that we have with our community, and get them on board. And essentially know that like even some of the work that we've done elsewhere in Solana as well, like we've got quite a good reputation. Some of us were like, we've built some of the best tech in Solana as well that people use. Like, for example, one of our staking systems is one that's used elsewhere in Solana quite a lot, and it's really good. So we've got a good reputation already. And I suppose like what happened is people just had a lot of confidence in this new team that's formed, and the vision going forward. So yeah, it's been difficult, but we've been able to do it, and we believe like we're just going to go from strength to strength now.
I love to hear that. I like absolutely do. Again, I feel like the mixture of different levels of projects vary, especially in terms of like what the team brings to it. Some of them can be super low effort. Some of them can be not super successful, but clearly teams are putting a lot of effort into it. So I love to hear that, this project that you guys are minting soon has got a lot of love, a lot of work, a lot of hard work going into it. Can you speak a little bit to some of the gamification mechanics that you guys are trying to implement? I noticed, there's obviously, a robo yield, which I believe is the name of the currency, if I'm not mistaken. Can you give us some what that looks like? Because I know everyone's rushing to try to figure out how to make, some of these NFT projects games, but it seems like you guys actually have a pretty cool little a thing planned out for it.
Cool. So yeah, I think Kenzo might touch a bit more about this, because we're currently talking about tokenomics at the moment with an advisor to see how we develop it further. But essentially, like it was, if you owned one Robot Mafia NFT, that you're receiving 3 tokens. But if you combined it with one of our OG collections, which was the rare robots, then it multiplied the yield, so you had an increased yield of 7 per day. And essentially, those robo tokens at the moment have been used for some auctions that we've done for whitelist. We've done it as raffles to get whitelist for other projects. So that's a couple of the utilities. One of the other main utilities as well will be using the robo token to mint the new NFT in the affected mob collection. And then also we're going to have the Robo token, which will be used for a lot of the items that we'll build in our Roboverse, which will be accessories related items towards our projects. And then also the Robo token will be used to, like I said, when we're onboarding these other collections or building them and supporting these other projects, we're going to see how we can use that Robo token to be used elsewhere as well. So like there is, we've got a few utilities already, but we are building more for the future. And one of the things that we're currently doing as well is speaking with the tokenomics advisor just to figure out how to make it work with the infected mob collection as well. Because obviously this is a new collection with 10k robots. So we need to work out the mechanics of that.
Yeah, and I just want to add for some of the whitelist auctions that we've run, like a lot of people have had some really good opportunities to win like some really good hype projects. I think like a bunch of us were able to auction off like a whitelist for the OK Bears mint, and I think at that time people were bidding in Robo up to maybe like 4 or 5 SOL. So like three of us were able to like flip 4 or 5 SOL into like whatever OK Bears floor price is right now. So like there's been a lot of good opportunity there. But then also if you join right now for the Gen 1 collection, like we've been having a lot of hype. And so obviously a lot of projects want to work with us. And so we've been able to secure a lot of current hype mints where people are able to mint or auction and bid for a whitelist for some of the projects. I think like Vandal was one of them recently. I think Shrouded, somebody paid like almost like 10 SOL for that. But I mean, some people are so they just have an opportunity, like if they wanted to, because they can easily get Robo off of the decks, and so they're able to bid up that amount. But then also, if you were wanting to get even more Robo, sorry, because you were asking about some of the play to earn kind of stuff. We've also worked with the Time Pixies, where some of the NFT holders are able to send their NFTs off into missions and complete missions to earn even more Robo. And so they earn points toward their district, and then whatever district is the top, then a pool of Robo will end up on them. But then on top of that is that you can you can brawl with your NFTs. So like it'd be a 1v1 battle inside the Discord, and so there's a leaderboard where people can compete. But then also once you level up those NFTs, you can further increase like your success rates for the missions. And then we've got a whole other part that's coming off of that, where we're going to bring in things like hideouts, things like weapons and vehicles to kind of improve your mission success rate. And so like there's a whole other version that, a whole other like kind of department, if you want, for like a metaverse option if we really wanted to pull it that way. Because we'll have like the whole foundation already built, because we've got some amazing lore writers right now. I think Manfredo and Don Kiddick, they write some amazing lore. So if you guys want to check out the lore inside the Discord, some of the world building elements that they have with the storytelling, I think is just top notch. And it's something that you really don't see in other kind of NFT projects. So yeah, really check out all that stuff.
And thank you for bringing those up, because it's kind of, you're right, that is kind of what I wanted to know a little bit more about. Was again, I jumped into it and saw like the different teams that could join in and things like that. So I was curious on how that worked. But that's actually really neat. And talking about ways you can win whitelists, there may or may not be one presented here in the next, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll see. So that's kind of all the questions that I had for you guys in terms of my personal questions. Wanted to kind of maybe throw it back to you guys, maybe something that we didn't talk about that you're really excited about on the project, or something that you wanted to make sure we walked away with, other than when are we doing the mint? When's the mint date? How much are we looking at mint? What's kind of the limitations on how many you can mint? Things like that. But just something that you wanted to, everyone who's listening today and listening here later, what you wanted them to go home with, understanding about Robot Mafia Club.
I think, yeah, the key bits would be is, look, you guys want to get into a Solana project, then look no further. The best start is here, the best team is here, and we're guaranteed to be here for, well, we've got a proven track record, and then we are saying that we're going to be here for the very long term and build out the whole vision of expanding the Roboverse, bringing more people into the space, and doing different IRL stuff, which we can, like merch, the gallery, the other things as well, building up the headquarters. So yeah, essentially, like we're using a lot of this money to just reinvest in the project and grow it out. So yeah, best art, best team, and like long-term vision, I would say. So that's the key three things. I'm sorry, what was the other question that you asked?
What was that?
Did you ask something else as well? Did you say something about the mint and stuff? Okay, so yeah, hopefully the mint would be in the third week of June, so probably like around the 20th of June. We've not decided yet because we're hoping to tie it in with something that might happen in NFT NYC, but we're not sure yet. So we're just keeping that open, but it'll be during that week, hopefully. So hopefully, whilst you're at one of those events, you'll be able to mint our NFTs. And the mint price will be roughly $100. So whatever Solana equivalent is at the time, it might be like 2.3 or maybe 2 SOL at the time. So that's it. That's what we're aiming for. And like I said, if you're part of it, you're going to be part of a strong community full of creative people, proven track record, and we want to continue to smash it. And like I said, we've got like a world-class artist. You can check him out on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So like I would say overall we're very well stacked. And then if you do ask people in the Solana space about us, like we are quite well known, and even like the individual members on our team as well, who have got experience of building stuff in Solana, and like we've got a very strong reputation. So yeah, by all means, do your research and find out. But you're looking at a very good investment by coming with us.
I love that so much. I appreciate that, and again, the conviction that comes from your voice, I could tell. This is a good project to get into. That again, as someone myself who's on their personal soul journey, I hate myself. I'm soul searching, so to speak. I'm to find a project where I could get in finally in Solana. So this looks great. I want to go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you, man, and we're looking forward to having you guys with us on this journey together.
For sure, and I wanted to go ahead and give away. I was going to do a few questions from the audience too, if anyone had one. But I also wanted to go ahead and use this time to go ahead and give away our whitelist spots. So we have 2 whitelist spots for some of the people out there listening. I really do appreciate everyone joining in and staying tuned. Going to be giving these spots out to Heart of Texas and 2foot. Is 2foot part of the team, or is 2foot just a community member? Sorry, I want to make sure I didn't give one out to a team member.
Yeah, 2foot is one of our mods.
Is that okay, or do we need to re-roll?
I mean, I guess he already has. He's already got. Hold on here. Let me let him talk. I guess he's already got whitelist because he's pretty much a staff. Cool. Yeah, let's roll it again.
Okay, we'll go ahead and roll it again. And the winner is Gabe. So Gabe Esmar T Pants at GABESMARTPANTS. So for whoever's going to giving these out on our team for the when you're listening this back, that's how it's spelled.
All right, cool. Yeah, you guys can open up a ticket with us. I can take it.
Awesome. We appreciate that. And we'll go ahead and give Gabe the floor. Gabe, did you want to ask a question or just want to thank him?
Hey.
All good. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and just wrap that up again, guys. I really do appreciate... Oh, wait, maybe we do have a question. All right, let's see if this works. Morning fucking stoned is here. You should be connecting and you should have the floor, man. Go for it. Morning fucking, are you there? I love saying your name. God, that's the best name I've ever called on.
Oh, there he goes. Wait. Uh, morning, fucking hello.
Hello, bro.
Do you have a question, man, or you just vibing?
Yes. What's the question?
What's up?
Uh, hello.
Yo, what's up, bro? We can hear you. I think there might be a slight delay, but I think you're good.
All right. Well, that was honestly that was entertainment enough. Sorry if you're out there, bud, and you're listening. I'm not trying to make fun of you. It was just your name was Morning fucking Stoned is here, and it sounded like you've probably done one or two of those things. Uh, guys, again, it has been a pleasure talking to you guys. I'm really excited for Mafia Club. Again, I can't wait to soul search and join your all's community. So we really do appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys so much.
Perfect, man. Thank you, guys, and thank you everyone for listening. Looking forward to seeing you guys in our community, man. All right, take care.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Thank you,
See ya.
guys.